We are proceeding to the next item. Is a subject that committee has been discussing for, sorry, F, it's not the one. Item 13C. We discussed it on a while at the committee and its working group. Last year we had a broad consensus on the issue and asked the Secretariat to propose the draft amendments to the Operational Directive that we can recommend to the General Assembly for the adopting next year. Now, again, I would like to give the floor to Madame Duvel to present the item to us.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I think this item is going to be much easier because it has been the subject of an agreement already in a working group of the committee a few months ago. So just to recall that the fourth General Assembly in 2012 requested the committee to reflect on the procedure for extended inscription of an element already inscribed, what you often call extended multinational nominations. The committee decided to set up an intergovernmental working group, which was held in Paris from 22 to 23 October 2012, on the right scale of scope of an element, because the question of extension was very much also linked to the scope and scale of an element. Under item 13C, also 7com asks you to reflect on operational directives on this issue. During the working group, a general consensus has emerged on the point that the procedure for re-inscription of an extended basis, which was only available for multinational files up to now, should be available also for elements present within a state, within a single state who could wish to enlarge or to reduce an element only present on its territory. However, as members have emphasized from the beginning, this cannot be a simple administrative exercise, as all concerned communities must participate at all stages of the process and decide whether or not they want to extend or to reduce the elements. There is also an important issue that the bodies have repeated very often, that there is a very close link between the definition of the element and the definition of its communities. And so when you are speaking of extending an element, you are necessarily extending its communities, be it within a territory of a single state or adding other states to this endeavor. You will therefore find the proposed draft amendment annexed to decision AIDCOM 13C document. We propose that in Chapter 1.5 of the Operational Directives, the deletion of paragraph 14 that prescribed the procedure of extension only for multinational files, meaning multi-states files, and it proposed to add a new section which would be called 1.5 bis regarding the inscription on an extended or reduced basis, clarifying the procedure that is applicable to all inscriptions whereby one or more states parties may submit a new nomination showing that the element as extended or reduced satisfies all the inscription criteria. If the committee decides to inscribe the element submitted under the new nomination file, the new inscription will replace the original inscription, and if the committee decides otherwise, the original inscription will remain intact. So that is this principle that was already present in the operational directives is of course maintained. These additions are presented as new paragraph 16A, B, and C under Chapter 1.5 bis in order to avoid altering the numbering of the subsequent paragraphs. And here I praise for your indulgence, because in the capacity building material we often refer to numbers of operational directives, and altering the sequence of the operational directives would oblige us to change many things which refer to other directives further in the book. And so you will decide whether to recommend such amendment to the General Assembly for its revision to the operational directives at its new session in 2014. But again, I repeat that it was really the subject of the consensus. The idea was a consensual conclusion of this working group that met in 2012. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Are there any comments or questions concerned with the document presented? So, it seems that there is a general readiness on behalf of the state parties to adopt the draft amendments to the operational directives to recommend it to the General Assembly. Please refer to document 13C, paragraph 10 for the draft decision. Let us propose with the amendment. I didn't see them.
There are two states who propose amendments.
There are two states which propose their amendments to this draft, Morocco and Czech Republic. Should we proceed to the annex? Please, can we kindly ask Morocco and Czech Republic to give the explanations and proposals on their amendments? Please, Morocco.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président, de nous donner la parole. Je voudrais remercier le secrétariat pour ce document qui est tout à fait intéressant et auquel nous souscrivons. Nous proposons simplement au paragraphe de diviser le paragraphe 16, de diviser le paragraphe 16 petit a en deux paragraphes. Le premier paragraphe traiterait à ce moment-là de l'élargissement et le deuxième paragraphe traiterait de la réduction, parce que nous pensons que ce sont deux choses différentes et que peut-être dans la proposition du secrétariat il y a une petite confusion parce qu'on traite de l'élargissement et de la réduction dans un même paragraphe. C'est juste pour une question de clarté de la rédaction, pour que les lecteurs des directives opérationnelles sachent exactement ce qu'il en est. Donc le 16A traite de l'élargissement, le 16B traite de la réduction d'un élément, et ensuite nous avons un changement dans les numéros des deux paragraphes suivants. Le 16, dans le paragraphe suivant, le 16C qui devient un 16D. Voilà. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you very much. Czech Republic, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our understanding was that just like all involved state parties have to agree to the extended or reduced inscription, it is very important that also the communities, all concerned communities, agree. And this is, we think, vital, and we would like to have it included in the paragraph. So it's just an addition to what has already been said concerning the state parties.
Thank you. Comments I see from Belgium, please.
We fully support the proposal by Morocco on the condition that communities is replaced by communities, groups, and if applicable, individuals. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have So I mean, now after finalizing the inscription, we have the version which was proposed on 16A by Czech Republic, 16B and 16C by Morocco with the amendments of Belgium, and we accept it like that. I don't see any rejections and any comments. So we can proceed then to the approval of the document which submitted to us. Here it is. So draft decision 13C. The committee having examined document IT 13.8.13C, recalling resolution 4GA5 and decision 7.13C, recommends to the General Assembly to revise the operational directives for the implementation of the Convention as annex to the decision. Spain, please.
Sí, gracias, presidente, y perdone que le haya interrumpido justo cuando se va a aprobar el proyecto de decisión, pero mi delegación estaba planteándose una cuestión que leo aquí en la sala, porque si no sí que presentaríamos un cuarto párrafo a este proyecto de decisión. Y esta es la siguiente. Cuando los Estados parte presentamos una candidatura multinacional, queremos saber si esto significa que ya no podemos presentar una candidatura individual para el mismo ciclo. Es decir, si nos adherimos o presentamos una candidatura multinacional, ¿eso significa que ya no tenemos derecho a presentar una candidatura a título individual como Estado? Gracias, presidente.
May I have comment from Madame Bell?
Je voudrais juste clarifier avec l'Espagne quelle est la question. Est-ce que la question c'est sur la question du nombre ou est-ce que c'est question de la procédure d'extension? Est-ce que c'est question du nombre de candidatures par an présentées ou est-ce que c'est sur la question de la procédure d'extension?
Exactamente, exactamente. De hecho, nuestra propuesta, si así queda, en vez de formularlo en pregunta, el párrafo que querríamos añadir sería el siguiente, a lo mejor queda más clara la pregunta y la propuesta al mismo tiempo, es que los Estados parte que presenten una candidatura multinacional puedan, a título individual, presentar también una candidatura nacional, si así lo desean, en el mismo ciclo. Dado que en las directrices operativas hemos establecido que se prioricen las candidaturas multinacionales, nos parecería que se penaliza al Estado si no pudiera también presentar esa posibilidad de tener también una candidatura a título individual. En el mismo ciclo, por supuesto. Gracias.
Okay, so yeah, I understand better. In fact, the priority given to multinational nominations was before the revision of 2012 operational directives, and it has been deleted. Now, there is not, the priority is not anymore to multinational nominations, even if the spirit of the Convention is very much in favor of multinational nominations. It's to nominations presented by states not having no element inscribed and then less element inscribed, etc. And if there is a sense of a priority given by the operational directives, it's to the urgent safeguarding this. This is the revised operational directives. But then I would like to explain to Spain how we proceed. When we have a multinational nomination, we look within these nominating states if there is at least one who has no nomination in the given cycle. If it is the case, then it counts for one nomination of these states. It was the case for Portugal for the Mediterranean DAC this year. So as the other states like Spain or Morocco could have another one because it didn't count on their, I would say, number. So the idea is to allow, if there is a state whose only nomination in a given cycle is a part of a multinational nomination, then this accounts for its national file so that we can take into account other files from the submitting states of this multinational nomination. I hope I was clear.
Latvia, please.
Thank you. We would very much appreciate if we could once again have a look on the amendments proposed, because we had understanding that what Morocco is proposing is to have these two paragraphs proposed by Morocco instead of the paragraph initially proposed as 16A. So I don't know if Morocco could clarify if those are in addition or it really replaces. Thank you.
Replacement, as far as I understand. This is replacement of the paragraph 16, how it was presented firstly, with the two paragraphs instead of that. Can we proceed? Thank you very much. So we come to the approval of the document with the annex as it is presented to the member states. Thank you very much. Approved.